Hello, good morning, good afternoon, and good night. uh, this video, I'm gonna give a brief insight into the meaning and the use of all the chakras. I'm not gonna explain one by one, right? But I'm gonna give you an insight, a mentality that will automatically explain and make you use better and connect better to each aspect of your being, right? So first of all, don't mystify the chakras. They are not points of energy, literally, even though they are manifesting in specific vibrations that through our spiritual knowledge we attribute to points into the body, because they indeed are located into that place in the physical, right? So before you judge the knowledge I'm gonna pass in this video, pass not try to elaborate in this video, try seeing it like this, right? Your present consciousness is located in this brain, right? So imagine the vibrations of existence. Imagine that in certain way you can only bring to this place what fits in it, right? But into other layers of your existence that are not literally located here, you can acknowledge other kinds of things that will be translated through here to form knowledge that fits in here, right? So imagine that your spirit and your soul aren't located here. They are located into a more light, ethereal existence. That's why there is some knowledge you can only feel, right? But to bring that into here, it gotta fit. It gotta be something that fits, right? That's why you expand your consciousness, right? Because you start being aware of things that before you weren't aware, and with time you start creating a better bridge that will form rational thoughts from that knowledge, right? So let's go to the chakras explanation. The chakras are a manifestation, a symbolism, is a symbolic thing of how your life is being projected, how your consciousness is being projected into your actual existence in this freaking body, right? So you are not the body, right? You are not the body, and you are not only the present consciousness, but you are manifesting in life into this body and into your actual consciousness. So think about the first chakra, survival, right? It's the primary instincts. So imagine you didn't have knowledge of society. Imagine you didn't have knowledge of anything. You were abandoned, sorry, my English ain't native. You were abandoned into the nature without knowledge of anything, without terms to think. You don't know any words to be thinking and forming thoughts that are more complex than instincts, hunger, surviving, fighting, building a place to be, or finding a safe place to sleep and rest. That is survival. That is something you don't need anything to know, but to feel, right? You're feeling that. It's the primary instinct of surviving, right? So as you go up as a human being, developing society, relationships, finally having terms to use, to think, finally creating a philosophical use of those terms that will start bringing up more and more knowledge and expanding your consciousness. You start being projected differently into this own body, right? So, moving on, let's freaking jump to the fourth chakra. It's the chakra of the heart, right? So, this is the kind of thing in your being, your consciousness, that you can only feel. You can only feel. You won't be totally translating that, right? So you won't so fastly translate that into a rational thinking way. But you are feeling and you exist in that. So that's the heart chakra. One of the ways of getting to the sixth chakra is one, attaining knowledge. Second one is attaining perception. And as both will walk together, you get to use them together and get a third way, that is using your perception, a better perception, to analyze better your own knowledge or other knowledge in other founts, other sources of knowledge. So let me tell you something before continuing. A good eye ain't the same as a bad eye, right? So even though the eye exists, it can be a bad eye. But a good eye will see things as you need and as you should to get into a good place. And the bad eye will see things by influence of stuff that ain't the essential, that ain't the source of life, that ain't what you need. It's still gonna see, it's still gonna look at stuff, but it won't see the same as a good eye, right? So that's why you gotta have knowledge and perception, and use the perception to analyze your own knowledge and other knowledges, right? Then you conquer a good eye. But how that goes? Let me try giving you an example, a powerful example of using these chakras, okay? You use the fourth chakra, the feeling inside yourself, to connect to the source of life, to connect to the love that comes through existence, right? So as you find that love that comes through existence, and I get chills talking about this, finding the love that comes through existence will make you feel unconditional love for your existence and others, right? That's why the word, the will, from the existence is that you love yourself and love others the same way you love you, because you are all existence. You are all sharing of one thing, that is existence, and God is the total meaning of existence. That's why God is love, and that's why existence is love. Existence feels love for itself so much that it gives parts of itself for life to experience itself in another level of existence. That's what you are. That's what God alive traits are. Right? So, why the first image of God manifests into a father picture? Because the father is the first consciousness that gives us life forward, right? And the mother of that is the knowledge of everything. So as you give existence, you start being aware of that existence, right? And the verbality of the will of existence comes son of both, comes a son from the consciousness and life. So let's continue by the use of these chakras, right? You find that unconditional love. What is philosophy? Philos is love from God. Sophia, it's a Gnostic term for the love, for the knowledge that comes from God. Sophia of Jesus Christ, right? Because it was Jesus that came with those terms into Gnostic books. But we don't need to discuss that, okay? Let's go up one step into the chakras, that is the truth chakra, right? When you find the love, the unconditional love, once you find that into your own existence, you are automatically connecting to God. You are automatically going up, right? So, as you compromise yourself to only speak truths that comes from the love, you will manifest through your own truth knowledge that comes from the love, that are true, that are verbalizing that feeling into knowledge, and you connect better to God. That's why it goes up that way. See? So, why would I record this video? Because I have love for you. Because I want every human being possible to start seeing itself in that way, and then the world is going to start changing sooner, right? The world starts to change once every human being finds that love and speaks truths that comes through that love. And then all those beings will be rationally, through verbalization of love, to attain knowledge that will bring everybody closer to God. We can't be living on those low points of consciousness that only think about surviving and reproducing, or with a low point of consciousness. We need to start coming up the stairs, and the first step is love, is acknowledge you can only feel. To finish this video that I spoke a little more than I intended to, I want to give a last thought, right? Once you find that love and speak only truths that come through that, you're gonna start manifesting knowledge from inside, right? You're gonna start manifesting knowledge from inside. But what's the other way around to actually get this knowledge without really going deep inside yourself? And that is also a necessary pathway to that. It's through knowledge that other human beings already manifest in a lot of places, right? So that's why I spoke earlier in this video about the bad eye and the good eye, because there are some books that you're gonna read with a bad eye, and the bad eye, it's not gonna see what a good eye would see in that already pre-existent knowledge, right? But the bad eye is also the same eye who will be totally interested into using knowledge that satisfies your ego. And the ego is a trap. The ego also can use of spirituality, you know? The ego can try making you be too much proud of your traits, of your potential. The ego might make you want to use the spiritual aspects of existence to find prosperity that will only satisfy your ego, and will probably be harming yourself and harming other people. That's why there is a difference between manifesting perception and knowledge and truths from love and the soul, and all these aspects being used and seen by a bad eye, by the ego, right? Peace, light, and love for all of you. All of you. Please think about these things.